365 Days. This Day is a 2022 erotic thriller film directed by Barbara Białowąs and Tomasz Mandes. Serving as a sequel to 365 Days, it is based on This Day, the second novel of a trilogy by Blanka Lipinska and stars Anna Maria Kluka, Michelle Moroni, Rebecca Kisaragi, and Magdalena Lamparska. The film was released worldwide on Netflix on April 27, 2022, to similar widely negative critical reception as its predecessor. A sequel, The Next 365 Days, was released on August 19, 2022. Plot. After a meeting between the Torricelli Sicilian mafia crime family and black market dealers, Massimo Torricelli watches a beautiful woman on a beach and talks with his father, the mafia boss. Suddenly, the dealers shoot Massimo and his father. Massimo survives while his father dies from his injuries. 5 years later, Massimo is the leader of the Torricelli crime family. In Warsaw, Laura Beale is unhappy in her relationship with her boyfriend, Martin. Laura celebrates her 29th birthday in Italy with Martin and her friend Olga, but after Martin visits Etna without her, she goes for a walk and runs into Massimo, who kidnaps her. At his villa, Massimo reveals to Laura that she was the woman at the beach 5 years ago and that when he was injured, all he could think about was her. After searching for years and finally spotting her, he kidnapped her, intending to keep her as a prisoner for 365 days in the hopes that she will fall in love with him. He also promises her that he will not touch her intimately without her consent while he is physically and sexually aggressive towards her. As they spend time together, Laura teases him and then refuses to have sex with him. At a hotel in Rome, she begins to tease him again and he cuffs her to the bed. Massimo then makes Laura watch him receive oral sex from another woman. Afterward, he claims he is going to penetrate her but changes his mind and orders her to get dressed for a club. At the club, Laura flaunts herself to Massimo and his friends, angering him. When she begins to flirt with a man from the rival mafia family, the man gropes her. Massimo draws his weapons and Laura is taken out of the club. The following morning, she awakens on a yacht to Massimo and his fellow mafioso, Mario, arguing. Massimo confesses that he shot the man's hand who had groped Laura, inciting a war between the two families. Laura attempts to apologize, but Massimo blames her for the incident. They argue and Laura falls into the water and starts to panic. Massimo jumps in to save her. When she regains consciousness, he admits he was scared she might not make it and does not want to lose her. Laura begins to fillet Massimo and the two engage in sex repeatedly. Later that evening, Massimo and Laura attend a masquerade ball, where a woman named Anna threatens Laura. Massimo reveals that he dated Anna, but told her that he would leave if he found Laura, and did so when he recognized Laura at the airport. After the ball, Massimo and Laura have sex again. He tells her he is sending her to visit her loved ones in Warsaw and promises to join her after finishing up business. He then tells her he loves her. On the car ride to the airport, Domenico, another one of Massimo's mafiosos, tried to reassure a nervous Laura that Anna won't hurt her but gets a phone call, tells Laura to wait in Warsaw, and rushes away. In Warsaw, Laura waits for Massimo for days with no contact. She reconnects with her best friend Olga and they go clubbing. She runs into Martin, who says he has been looking for her to apologize. He attempts to convince her to reconcile and follows her back to her apartment, where Massimo is unexpectedly waiting. Martin leaves and Laura and Massimo have sex. When Laura opens his shirt, she discovers his wounds from the ongoing conflict. She confesses to him that she loves him. The following morning, Massimo proposes and she accepts. However, she asks him to keep his occupation a secret from her parents. Back in Italy, Mario informs Massimo of rising tensions. Laura mentions feeling unwell but brushes off seeing a doctor. They discuss their upcoming wedding that her family is not allowed to attend, as she does not want them to discover what Massimo does. However, Massimo allows Olga to come as Laura's bridesmaid. When Olga visits, Laura reveals she is pregnant. Olga urges her to tell Massimo about the pregnancy. Laura calls him and asks if they can talk after dinner. Meanwhile, Mario receives a phone call from a Torricelli informant that the rival mafia family is about to kill Laura. Laura's car enters a tunnel but does not come out the other side. Mario rushes to find Massimo just as Laura's call drops. Realizing the implications, Massimo breaks down. A police car blocks the entrance of the tunnel. Cast: Anna Maria Ciclucca as Laura Beale, Michelle Moroni as Escudero Massimo, Bronislaw Raklowski as Mario, Otar Cyrilaj as Domenico, Magdalena Lamparska as Olga, Nadeja Urbanska as Anna, Krzyna Sapolowska as Clara Beale, Laura's mother, Tomasz Stockinger as Tomasz Beale, Laura's father, Johnny Parisi as Massimo's father, Matias Lazowski as Martin, Blanka Lipinska as a bride. Production: The film scenes were primarily shot in Poland and in Italy. Soundtrack: The film's theme song, Feel It, along with the songs Watch Me Burn, Dark Room and Hard for Me, are sung by Moroni. The songs I See Red, Give 'Em Hell and Wicked Ways were sung by Everybody Loves an Outlaw, aka Bonnie, and Taylor Sims. I See Red made number 1 on Spotify's Viral 50 chart in the US, with Hard for Me also in the top 5. Moroni and Everybody Loves an Outlaw entered the top 10 of Rolling Stone's Breakthrough 25 chart. Release: 365 Days was released in Poland on February 7, 2020, grossing $9 million. In the United Kingdom, the film received a limited theatrical release on February 14, 2020, and grossed $494,181, before premiering on Netflix in June 2020. Reception: The film made the top 3 most viewed items on Netflix in numerous countries, including Germany, Brazil, Saudi Arabia, Lebanon, Lithuania, Switzerland, Netherlands, Belgium, Turkey, Sweden, Austria, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Greece, Romania, South Africa, Portugal, Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, UAE, UK, Mauritius, Canada, Israel, New Zealand, Malaysia, and USA. It was the first movie to have 2 multi-day periods as Netflix's number 1 movie in the US. It was number 1 for 4 days, then replaced in that position by Da 5 Bloods, but then, 3 days later, returned to number 1. The film has thus had 10 days as number 1, the second highest in the chart's history. 365 Days drew parallels with the 2015 erotic drama 50 Shades of Grey. It was criticized for romanticizing kidnapping and rape. Review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes collected 16 reviews and identified 0% of them as positive, with an average rating of 1.9/10. Jessica Kyang of Variety described the film as a thoroughly terrible, politically objectionable, occasionally hilarious Polish humpathon. The Guardian, after citing other media, Variety called it dumber than hair. Cosmopolitan labeled it the worst thing I've ever seen. Highlights the film's dismal dialogue, poor character development and unsexy sex scenes. On June 17, 2020, Collectif Sourcières, a French feminist collective, started an online petition through change.org, addressing Netflix France, to pull the film from streaming availability. As of August 16, it gained 40,000 signatures. On July 2, 2020, singer Duffy wrote an open letter, addressing Netflix CEO Reed Hastings, criticizing the film for glamorizing sexual violence. This should not be anyone's idea of entertainment, nor should it be described as such, or be commercialized in this manner, she said. After this, another Change.org petition, initiated by social media influencer Michaela Zizon, gained over 70,000 signatures. On July 8, 2020, PTC President Timothy F. Winter requested Netflix to remove the film from the platform. Accolades. In March 2021, the film was nominated for 6 Golden Raspberry Awards, including Worst Picture.